On WKYT now at 4:30 in Madison County, officials are investigating a deadly wreck. The details of that are coming right up. Also, you'll notice more police on Kentucky roads this New Year's morning, how they're trying to make sure that everybody is driving safely. And a Jessamine County teacher hoping to return to classrooms in this new year.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Happy New Year and good morning to you. Welcome to WKYT on this first newscast of 2015. We're delighted you're with us as we get you informed on all the latest, including weather, which could be interesting in the first weekend of the new year. Here's WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell.
And good morning and Happy New Year, Bill. Here we are on this New Year's morning, and we are tracking the chill that we were talking about yesterday. It is still with us. Look at some of those readings right now across Kentucky. 19 degrees in Lexington. Again, this is where we were yesterday morning. 19 out toward Moorhead and 18 in Frankfort. You factor in the winds and you find some single digits. That's what you need to prepare for when you walk out the door, because that is the tough stuff. 9 degrees is what it feels like in Lexington. The same out toward the Moorhead area. Defender quiet today for us. However, some changes are starting to develop as we go into tonight and especially tomorrow morning. We could be tracking a wintry mix. I'll talk about that all morning long for you. But of course, first, coming up here in just a few minutes, Bill.
And we'll see you in just a bit, and we thank you. And new this morning, one person is dead and 2 people are hurt after a fiery crash this morning in Madison County. It happened just after 1 o'clock this morning outside of Richmond on 4 Mile Road. Madison County Sheriff's deputies say they are not sure how the crash happened, but they say speed was a factor. 2 people were injured and taken to UK Hospital. A third was pronounced dead at the scene. Sheriff's deputies say they have no information on the identity of the victims at this point. We'll have a full report coming up on WKYT News at 5. Miranda Combs working that story for us this morning. A Pulaski County mother says she cannot understand why her son was killed in a crash. Jody Johnson and Justin Angel both died Friday when police say the car they were riding in hit a tanker truck in Somerset. Johnson's mother says he survived 4 heart surgeries and an aneurysm surgery when he was a child. She said he was her only child.
I said I've never seen such love poured out for him. He didn't think he had very many friends, but my Facebook and Messenger has just been burned up.
The driver of the car, Travis Strope, was just released from UK Hospital. His grandmother says he may never fully recover from his injuries. Many people across the Bluegrass are celebrating the new year this morning, but police are working to make sure that you stay safe out there on the roads. Last night they started to increase patrols and set up checkpoints to look out for dangerous drivers. WKYT's Jordan Valines talked to state troopers about the holiday.
It's no secret that New Year's Eve is synonymous with alcohol-infused celebrations, which is why tonight...
How are you tonight, ma'am? This is doing a safety checkpoint. Can I see your license and insurance registration, please?
Law enforcement will be keeping their eyes on the roadways and on any impaired drivers traveling upon them.
We do know that more people are out here drinking and having fun, and we just want to ensure that they don't get behind the wheel. All right, you have a safe night. Be careful.
Kentucky State Police are doubling up their efforts to keep drivers safe by increasing patrols and setting up checkpoints. Our
main things we check for is license, insurance, registration, any kind of vehicle or equipment violations that we see, and then obviously our overall goal is sobriety.
KSP concentrates on the most rural parts of the county where they set up their vehicles based on visibility and safety.
That'll be fun. Y'all have a good night, okay?
All right, I appreciate it.
All right, be careful. We're not here to scare anybody or make anybody nervous. We want to get everybody through as quick as possible, and we don't want to cause a alarm or anything like that. We're just checking, make sure everybody's doing what they're supposed to do.
And most importantly, to make sure that everyone makes this New Year's Eve a safe one.
Jordan Valines with our report there. Kentucky State Police say if you are drinking, be sure to take a designated driver. They say the risk is simply not worth it. Also new this morning, State Police investigating a deadly officer-involved shooting in northern Kentucky. That happened late last night near Olive Hill in Carter County. Troopers say they were called out for a domestic dispute. When they arrived, they say a man had a gun and was assaulting a woman, and then they saw him fire at troopers. Troopers then returned fire, killing the suspect. suspect. The names of the state trooper and the suspect involved have not been released yet. Many people in Lexington didn't let the frigid temperatures ruin the party last night. Many rang in the New Year downtown while others hit the streets to pack into the city's bars. Temperatures in the city got down to below freezing last night, but still residents were out there on the streets. One woman says ice skating at Triangle Park has become a tradition for them.
Just something that we can pass on, that Norman Rockwell moment with the kids. We had hot chocolate to warm us up, so we have really had a good time.
Looks like they did. Many said last night their resolution was to simply stay safe. About 1 million people braved the cold in New York City's Times Square to welcome in this new year. CBS News' Wendy Gillette was there when the big ball dropped.
The glittering Waterford crystal ball dropped over Times Square, ushering in 2015 for the estimated 1 million people on hand to watch. They came from all over the world.
Where are you from?
I'm from South Korea,
Japan,
Saudi Arabia.
China.
Most arrived to secure their viewing spots early in the morning. After passing through security, revelers were confined to massive pens they couldn't leave, even to use the restroom.
I haven't had anything to drink since this morning.
Heavily armed counterterrorism officers and bomb-sniffing dogs were on patrol to keep the crowd safe. It was also a very cold night. With a wind chill, the temperature felt like it was in the teens, and there was nowhere to get warm.
I am freezing. I am from Florida, born and raised, and I am not made for the north.
Big acts like OAR and Taylor Swift headlined this year's party. When the ball dropped at midnight, it was estimated more than 1 billion people from around the world watched.
All right, good times in New York. Times Square has been dropping the famous time ball since 1907. Other news now, a grand jury has indicted a Laurel County hit-and-run suspect on an escape charge. Investigators say Terry Mullins cut off his ankle monitoring bracelet in October. Police arrested him in Ohio a month later. He had been on home incarceration after police say his car hit a 17-year-old in September. The teenager survived. According to the Sentinel Echo, Mullins is being held in the Laurel County Detention Center with no bond. Chick-fil-A has announced it's looking into a possible credit card breach at some of its restaurants. Chick-fil-A officials say they received reports of possible unusual activity involving credit cards. The company is now working with IT security firms and law enforcement. Officials also say any affected customers will not be liable for fraudulent charges. Chick-fil-A has not said which of its restaurants could be affected. For more information about that breach, go to WKYT.com. State police say the number of people applying for concealed carry licenses in Kentucky has gone up each of the past few years. By 2010, more than 200,000 people had applied for a license. By 2013, those numbers soared, with almost 320,000 people applying for licenses. Evans Firearms and Archery in Lexington is among the places that offer gun safety classes. Store owners say the increase in training could keep people safer.
Certainly there's a constant flow of people that are interested in taking a class. And a lot of reasons is for the safety concerns.
Evans Firearms managers say the classes teach people how to respect the weapons and the damage that they can cause. A man badly injured in an accident at an eastern Kentucky mine says he has a lot to be thankful for in this new year. Earlier this month, a fire at a Bell County mine burned William Muncie. He also broke his leg while trying to escape. Muncie spent days at Vanderbilt Hospital in Nashville, and doctors think it will take him about a year to recover. He's now home, and Muncie says he's just thankful to be alive.
I'm just thankful to God that He gave me the opportunity to spend with my family. I mean, I would have been here if it wasn't for Him. And just want to praise God.
Investigators say the fire started when Muncie's bulldozer hit a gas line. Muncie says his co-workers and rescue crews saved his life after he was injured. A teacher who survived a life-threatening illness is hoping to return to the classroom in August. Sean Carlstead, who teaches at Rosenwald Dunbar Elementary in Jessamine County, lost both hands and feet to the illness. The Jessamine Journal reports that Carlstead has been fitted for 2 prosthetic legs and a hand. She tells the paper that she's learning how to be more self-sufficient every day. Good luck to her. Good to have you along. New Year's Day on WKYT this morning. We're just getting started. It's not your typical health-related resolution. Moms every day with a few ideas to help with your New Year's goals when we come back.
And we are tracking nothing on Defender, but the chill is certainly in the air, and it'll hang around with us. I'll have the latest coming up for you here in just a few minutes.